it's a toot. Call them wrong, and you're kaput on Card Sharks. And here's the host of Card Sharks, Jim Perry.
Hi, thank you. Hello there. Welcome. You're very kind. Got a letter. We are very grateful when people take the time to write, and you don't usually mention a letter on the air, but I must read this one. This is from Mrs. Patsy. It's either Malat or Mahat of Kansas City, Kansas. Listen to this for loyalty. She had surgery at 8 p.m. in the recovery room till 9 a.m. the next morning and informed the attending nurse that I had to get back to my room to watch Card Sharks. The nurse decided if I was that much awake, she would take me back to my room. I watched the whole show before going back to sleep. That's loyalty, Patsy. We love you. We also love Justine Samansky of Kirkwood, Missouri for that opening poem. Now let's get to the cards. Janice and Bettina, if you will, load in the cards. We'll meet our players on Card Sharks. Martha Bowes, our champion. Hi, Martha. Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
A vision in yellow today.
Oh, thank you.
You're doing very well. You're so analytical. You play the game well. Have you always been that way through life?
I'm afraid so.
Yes, you figure everything out, huh?
Yeah, I kind of do.
Have you figured out to the penny exactly how much money you've won?
Only approximate.
How much?
5,850.
Fairly close. 5,950.
Oh,
You're close.
okay.
Good to have you back, Martha. Our challenger, Ann Long. Hi, Ann.
Hi,
nice
Jim.
to see you again.
Thank you so much.
And would you remind us about yourself?
I sure will. Hey, I've got a story that'll top yours.
Really?
My brother just got out of the hospital, and he should be recuperating, but he came down to root me on. So I've got my friends and my family, and I'm coming back.
And you're good.
You
That's
betcha.
nice.
I'm a newlywed. I teach 4th grade, and I'm tough.
And you've got your brother laying over there with 2 attending nurses. Isn't that
Really?
nice?
I got them all here rooting for me.
That's nice. And, of course, when Ann talks about a comeback, what she's talking about is in our best 2 out of 3 match, the champion has game 1, so Ann has to make a comeback. Good luck to both of you.
Thank you.
Each player has a deck of 52 playing cards. They're shuffled. Players cut them before we go on the air. Martha, the champion, plays the upper cards, the red cards, and Ann, the challenger, the lower cards, the blue cards. Before you can begin calling high-low on the cards, you must win a high-low toss-up question. As we left off, the question goes to you, Martha. We took a nationwide survey of women who have 10 or more children. And we asked them, do you enjoy being pregnant? How many women said they do enjoy being pregnant?
Oh, boy. That's 1,000 children.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
a lot.
I mean, really. That is mind-boggling. Well, I don't know. I guess they must get something out of it if they're having all those kids. So I would say probably 60 of them enjoy it.
60
Yeah.
enjoy being pregnant, and higher or lower?
My roommates in college came from big families, and none of their parents enjoyed it. They were all either hoping for a boy or a girl, and they kept trying, but it was no fun. Lower, lower.
Trying was fun, and if it's lower, you'll go to the word first. If not, it'll be Martha. The actual number of women with 10 or more children who enjoy being pregnant is 44. It's lower. Yes.
All right!
You know what's so frightening about that? Do you realize that the rest of them didn't enjoy it 10 times?
Isn't that awful?
And your base card is big ace.
Great card, Jim! It's lower!
Lower than an ace, and oh yes, a deuce!
Beautiful, Jim! It's higher!
Want to risk it? Low is higher than a deuce. Yes, a 9.
Good! Okay, I'm going to freeze, Jim.
Now we'll freeze. Move the freeze bar over. Can't take those cards away. Ann is catching up. And
You
the question
bet.
to you. We asked one. Oh, wait a minute now. You snuck one in on me I haven't seen again. I'm afraid to read it. We asked 100 married women in a Card Shark studio audience. If Jim Perry asked you out on a date and you knew your husband would never find out, would you go out with him? How many married women said they would be willing to go out with Jim Perry?
Hey, Jim, I'm a newlywed. My husband's sitting right there. I got friends with big mouths. They tell him. So I'm going to say maybe 30.
30 married women would be willing to go out with me.
I got to figure the odds are with me because, boy, I'll tell you, I'd go in a minute. And And I think an awful lot, especially if their husbands weren't going to find out. I think it's got to be a lot higher than 30.
You say higher.
Oh, for sure.
Well, did you get the names of the people in the poll? No. The actual number of married women who, if they knew their husbands would never find out, would be willing to go on a date with me is 58. It's higher, Martha. Okay. Martha, your base card is a queen.
Okay, that's pretty good. I'll go lower.
Lower than a queen? Yes, with a 10.
Okay, I'm going with the odds lower.
Taking
lower.
a risk.
Yeah.
Lower than a 10. It is a 3.
Fantastic. Higher.
Higher than a 3.
Higher.
Oh, yes, a queen.
Okay, I got to try all the way and go lower.
If this is lower than a queen, Martha has the championship once again for the win. Yes, she did it with another 3. Wow.
I tried.
You tried. She's just tough.
It was fun.
And thank you. That's nice. We have some nice party gifts for you.
Thank you.
You're a nice lady. Thank you for joining us. And Long. Thank you, man. Martha, come on down here. My goodness, you did it again.
I don't believe it. The cards just fell right there.
You're playing beautifully. Martha will go for the big money with the money cards right after this. Martha, you're practicing your tap dance again, huh? Okay. Martha, you're doing well. Let's top it off now with the money cards. You ready?
I'd love to go to another time. Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's get to the money cards. Come on up there, Martha. Once again, $200 in the game at $100 a game. And new money to play with. And this time you're going to bet that money. We don't take the money away you won in the game. With $200, we give you 3 cards on the bottom level. Move up to the second line, we give you another $200 of betting money and 3 more cards. Minimum bets of $50 till you get to the top card, the big bet, where you must bet at least half the money. You've played well. Let's top it off with the good money cards. Here's $200.
Okay.
As in the game, you have a choice of 2 base cards on the bottom level. Remember, you can change your base card when you move up to this level, and you can change your base card before you make the big bet. With $200, you'll start off with a 3.
Oh,
Good
that's
card.
a good card. I'll go 200 that it's higher.
Right away, the whole thing.
Right.
$200 higher than a 3. Yes,
Oh.
with a 10.
All right, I
400.
hate 10s, so I'll go 50 that it's lower. Just
$50
yeah.
lower than a 10. Oh, an ace, but boy, that's worth $50 any day. $350 and an ace.
Okay, 350 that it's lower.
The whole thing, $350 lower than an ace. Yes, with a king, it's still a great card. Up goes the king, $200 more dollars in betting money. You've got $900. You're going to play the king, I'm sure.
I've been hurt by those kings before, but I'll bid half. I'll bid 450 that it's lower.
Ah, she's wary of the king. $450 lower than a king. It is a 9.
Oh, a 9.
$13.50 now.
If I didn't use it on the king, I can't use it on a 9. So I'll only take 50 that it's lower.
$50 lower than a 9. Oh, yes. A jack, not lower, down to $1,300, but you've got a better card, a jack.
Yeah, that jack's pretty good. 700 that it's lower. Yeah.
Oh, 700 on a jack. Wouldn't go with a king going on a jack. I hope you're right. Lower than a jack for $700? No! There's that king you were afraid of, Martha.
Right.
But it's moving up here. You going to play it?
Oh, yeah, the whole thing, 600 that it's lower.
This time you're going with the king. Okay.
Just couldn't.
$600. You'll have
is lower.
$1,200 or nothing. Lower than a king? It is! For $1,200 more, Martha. Well, way to go. How come you didn't go with that first king?
I don't know. I think maybe it's too many times.
Come on down there, Martha. Whatever you do it right because you're up to $7,250, Martha Bowes.
I can't believe it.
You're doing well. New challenger coming out right after this. Don't go away.